Now I'm going to cover, we'll say, features on this box that I'm not totally crazy about, okay? If you look at the remote control here, you can see there's a lot of features here, like the record button, pause, rewind, all the rest of it, the stop button, okay? Now, I'll just display how this clearly should work, okay? Sometimes on remote controls like this, if you want to use the pause functionality, there's a thing called time shift, where you activate time shift and then you pause it. But on the Triax box, this doesn't seem to be need to do so. You simply come along and you press the pause button. So then you see here, but you can see it takes about 2 seconds after pressing the button for it to pause. Now if I want to unpause this, the normal ways you do this on any PVR box like this would be either to press the pause button or the play button. But regardless of which route I go, what will actually happen here is if I press pause here, it plays back like this, and it works away, and it's just forward on, and we can forward into the thing. So this, you know, and when it joins live television, it'll just kick back in, okay? So from that perspective anyway, it's okay. But what I've found that on the various testings we've done on this is, it's a little bit hit and miss, okay? It may or it may not work, okay? So on this particular demonstration here, it does work, so it proves that it to a certain extent, but overall, we'll say if you want to avoid the hassle, I wouldn't be overly counting on the pause functionality on it. A better route to go if you want to record channels, we'll say, would be simply come along, we'll just go up to TV 3 here, okay? And what you do is you come along and we'll just hit the record button, okay? So now it's actually saying we're starting to record. So you'll say to yourself then, oh, what I'd like to do now is I'd like to actually flick over and look at RTU1. But we'll just do this in an unusual manner. We'll actually come along here, we'll just bring up the menu button and we'll arrow up to RTU1. And we'll see here that this is now blank. And the reason it's blank is it's not possible to record one terrestrial channel while you're looking at a different one, okay? But it is possible to flick to a satellite channel. So if I go down to channel 4 HD, which of course is coming off the satellite feed, we can see here that I can look away at this, okay? Now if I come out here, we'll say, and I actually go in, we'll say, to RT2, and I select it, we're just left entirely with a blank screen. But if I channel back up to TV3, which are recording, we want to stop the recording. If I come along here and I press the stop button, it won't stop the recording for me. But if I hit the record button and then the stop button, it will stop the recording for me. Now at this point where we've stopped recording TV3, we will actually come along and now we can flick over to the Irish channels, okay? And it's equally true on the satellite channels. You're totally limited. If you're recording a satellite channel, you can look at the terrestrial, but not a different one. Now that would be very standard because we don't have twin satellite feeds on it. But as all the Irish channels are currently coming off the one MUX, it is possible in some boxes you can flick between the different Irish channels, okay? Now if you go and you want to play back these particular channels, what you do is, this is actually quite neatly done. There's a library button at the very top of the function of the remote, right next to the power on off button. And we just hit the library button here. And it sees, that's a program we're just after recording there now. And it's been given as high definition, okay? And although I didn't think it was, but maybe it is. We'll just come along here and we'll just press the OK button on it. And we're playing back what we looked at previously and recorded, okay? So from that perspective, you know, the PVR functionality on it, as you can see, there's a few glitches with it, but generally it does work. It's reasonably good, you know. So that's as much of an overview I probably want to give at this particular point in time. But that's the recording, the playback facilities that you have on the Triax combo receiver.